SCCRESA TV presents in 3, 2, 1, Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
All this week on Dateline Schools, we're visiting the Port Huron Museum and we're standing in the Maritime Gallery as we continue our summer series on Dateline Schools of looking at the organizations and agencies that help support the kids in our community. And telling us all about the Port Huron Museum, my special guest is the Executive Director, Susan Bennett. And Susan, I know here at the Carnegie Center, this isn't the only facility you operate. What other facilities do you have for the museum?
Well, we have the Huron Lightship, which is right in Pine Grove Park, and that has been a beacon of our, no pun intended, beacon of our community since the 30s. And then we have the Thomas Edison Depot Museum right under the Blue Water Bridges, and that was actually the depot that Thomas Edison worked from when he was a youth and lived in Port Huron and worked on the trains.
And of course, you've got your newest crown jewel.
Our newest crown jewel, indeed. That'd be the Fort Gratiot Light Station that we have a contract with the county, St. Clair County Parks, to operate the exhibits, the tours, and the programming. That's at the lighthouse.
And now I know at the top of the show we talked about being here at the Carnegie Center. And I know for you and I, it has a lot of little history back when we were in grade school, being library, as you mentioned yesterday.
Exactly right.
So what's the story of the Carnegie Center and how to become part of the museum?
It is such a wonderful story, actually. This was the fourth Carnegie Library built by Andrew Carnegie. And if you're up in the Marine Gallery and you'll see our adjacent room, because it was the fourth, we have all the beautiful oak. We found Tiffany glass in the ceilings and all of the beautiful oak floors and the Indiana granite on the outside of the building. So it is a very historic building. There were 1,500 or 1,600 of them built around the turn of the century, and we got number 4, so we still got all the accoutrements. It has all the old stacks downstairs, which for us as a museum is a little tough because we like wide open spaces, but it actually, those hold up the glass floor of the mezzanine. So it has some really interesting architectural features in the building.
Well, how did it become part of the museum?
Actually, the county built a new library, and it was a group of volunteers, 4 different groups, the Lapidary Club, the Blue Water Family History Group, NTRAC, and another that were gathered in this building, and slowly but surely over a couple years, they operated independently and came together as a museum.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.